baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gare, Joyce.
Give it up for Mr. Electricity. You've worked them up into a frenzy. Now, give it up for Toronto Mike, host of Toronto's best podcast, host of the best listener experience, right?
Yes.
Shamelessly suck up to the host. Check. It's great to be here. Great to be here. So many familiar faces that I was never really that close to. Mike Wilner. Good to see you, bud. I guess the deal with the Diet Clinic fell through. How about David Schultz? How about it? You know what? I mean, it really takes nerve to get up here with that material. Rip the opening act. Check. Establish the checklist premise. Check. I tell you, I do love Toronto Mike. I love Kick Out the Jams. I do. I do love that. Did you guys catch Dave Hodge when he was on? Did you? And he did 100 songs. You're gonna have him back, right? He's gonna do his 900 honorable mentions.
Yes.
No, I can understand how Dave got it confused, right? Mike said, come by with your favorite pieces. He brought by a dozen toupees. But you think it's real? Seriously? He doesn't shampoo his hair. He gets it dry cleaned. He doesn't make an appointment with a stylist. He sends it out. Uber cuts. Have you watched it in HD? They actually wire his earpiece under his hair. Yeah, he has a deal with flex glue. Dangle him from the boom mic. Number 5, product placement. Oh shit, I forgot number 4. See if Mike invited Dave Hodge. I don't know, did you catch it when Greg Brady was on? Did you see that? 9 of his 10 songs were English. That was the week it was Kick Out the Marmalade. I was certifiably the most obscure guest that Mike had ever had on. I went by the studio and he wouldn't unchain the door until I showed him ID. Yeah. Finally, he let me in. He said he was on a call booking another guest. Just coincidence, it was Joel Matlin. 1-800-267-2001. Alarm force. Number 6. Explain joke if necessary. Yeah, I don't know that I made a big impression on Mike, truly. Right? When we were rapping, he said, well, it's been great to have you on. Gare. As Mike noted, just blowing up my act with the introduction, I did write a couple of novels that were turned into a series starring Jason Priestley, Private Eyes. Thank you. I'll stay here all night until that comes. But anyways, it got sold into the US and Germany a few months back, and now it appears in 120 international markets. It's crazy. When the US sale was made, Jason said to me that he was so proud it made him feel 5 feet 7 inches tall. Because he's short. In the series, Jason plays a former hockey player, former NHLer. And in fact, Jason did play a lot of hockey growing up, but he spent a lot of time on the bench sitting on his phone book. You know what, though? I've been a sports writer for a long time and an amateur novelist, but just a few months back, I had what was like a career ambition that I'd sort of given up on. I got my first story, a first essay, on the New York Times op-ed page. Yeah. My friends were very supportive, more supportive than you guys, but they were very supportive. And then my one friend said, you know, dude, like, that's amazing. I even have friends that talk like that. Dude, that was amazing. Like, you got your story on the cover of Time magazine. And I was like, dude, it was the New York Times op-ed page. He goes, no, man, I saw it. Time magazine cover. So I went to the one Toronto newsstand that sells Time magazine.
Spot on.
Now, understand, you're not laughing with me. Yes, Steve Bannon, White House white supremacist. You know, I look at him and I just think, like, how can someone so racist be so ruggedly good looking? We won the genetic lottery, buddy. No, seriously, like Steve Bannon, sort of like a sebaceous cyst wearing cargo pants. Now, it's all point of view. It's all point of view. I mean, some people look at him and they say, you florid-faced son of Satan, a catalyst for the apocalypse, a race baiter who's going to send this world up in flames. I, on the other hand, look at him and say, endless opportunities in sketch comedy. A stream of retirement revenue doing celebrity look-alike appearances at Klan picnics. You gotta know that my Bannon stuff kills at Oktoberfest. Steve Bannon. You know, it's not fun being told you look like Steve Bannon. His Secret Service name is cirrhosis. Ivanka convinced him to get his colors done. It came back jaundice. He gives urinals a burning sensation. No, a hooker gave him a dose of crabs. He didn't need to get them treated. They died of natural causes. They're gonna run out of beer in there before I run out of Bannon jokes. But now I have to go to my checklist. My lawyer advised me that I have to ask you permission to tell the next 4 jokes. Because all these jokes have been in pretty dubious taste. Can Junior put his headphones on? I don't think you've seen the YouTube video. You'd know. So, everybody, okay? Are we down with it? I don't need your permission. The lawyer just told me to ask. Okay, number one. Have you guys seen Rosie O'Donnell dressed up as Steve Bannon? She does an impression of Steve Bannon. You've seen it. I mean, come on. I mean, Steve Bannon's not that butch. Not so bad. It's going to escalate. Yeah, when Trump came into office, first thing he did, he tore down the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, just so Bannon could go to the beach. He made a shark gag. Okay, it's going to step up a little. So I don't know if you remember Assad. Assad was using sarin gas on innocent Syrian children. And they went to Trump, the foreign policy advisors, and they said, this is intolerable, sarin gas. And Trump said, what's sarin gas? And Mike Pompeo said, do you remember when Bannon farted? It's like that without the eggs. Okay, now it's dialed up. So like a lot of people in the White House, Bannon has been investigated for sexual misconduct. And he was being investigated for using a date rape drug on an intern. It's not me. I look like him, but it's him. So when this poor woman came to, she was powerless to move, but fully conscious. And Steve Bannon was on top of her, finishing his business. Now see, she was somewhat relieved when she thought that she saw him sliding off a condom. And then she realized he was just shedding skin. It's a little risky. Now the funny thing, funnier than that, the funny thing is he's coming up here to debate David Frum. David Frum is married to a girl that I used to date. Yes. I mostly dated her in the back of my '69 Buick Skylark. It was the last good year for Skylarks. But now, just as bad as it is for me to look like Steve Bannon, imagine poor David Frum looking at my proxy cuck. But, you know, Frum's wife, Danielle, I mean, she knew how to get to me. She used to speak French to me, and that was like a trigger thing for me. Because I lost my virginity to my French teacher when I was 15. That's an applause line. Hashtag moi aussi. I mean, she was fine with it, but it messed me up. It messed me up. I mean, after that, I completely lost interest in school without sex. I was an honor student. I was on her, she was on me. The first time she asked me how it was, I said, c'est bon. She really showed me the ropes. She said, comme ça. I said, I'm sorry. I already did. I was a different kid. I mean, the other guys were chasing cheerleaders, but I was always turned on by a girl with, you know, a good pension. She told me my written work was excellent, so she stressed the oral. I lapped it up. I got accused of being a brown noser, but I'm not that bilingual. It couldn't last. Not like the set. It couldn't last. She was married. She's married to a French guy, and he walked in on us. Well, and you know what happened. You know how the French guys are. I mean, he completely corrected my pronunciation. I'm going to leave you with this. I know you're glad for that. But my parents found out about it. They were not happy. They were on fire. They said, "We're going to send you to a Catholic school." I said, "Yeah, that'll turn me around." Anyways, give it up for Mike.